Hi everyone, hope you're all well and keeping safe and such like. I'm just going to prop myself here a minute. What we're going to be seeing now is St Andrew's Church, which was a Church of England church on the Barking Road in Plaistow, East London. It began as a small mission built in 1860 on Whitwell Road by St Mary's Church, Plaistow. A permanent church was designed by James Brooks, opened in 1870 on a site just south of the northern outfall sewer embankment, the Greenway, or as us locals call it, the sewer bank, and a separate parish assigned to it the following year. A large central crossing tower with a pyramidal spire was planned but only completed as far as the ridge of the nave of the roof. So that's a little bit of its history. There'll be some more included in the description box. It'll get some outside views, which is good for me. I normally do inside first and outside. Well, I have filmed inside first, but I'll do the outside and then merge it together. Yeah, it's a lovely church with beautiful architecture, and this is the main thing that I wanted to come and see. Let's get out the sunlight. Such pretties. Not such pretties with the burglar alarm on it, but there we are. It's the modern world and it can't be helped. The architecture is lovely on this church. It really is. The Victorians, you've got to give them their due, and this is very much a Victorian church. When they built like this and they was allowed free rein to build in this style, which is Normanesque Gothic, they really knew how to do it well. This is the vicarage. As I say, the vicar in 1870 had 12 children, so hence probably so why such a large vicarage. Yeah. See the old metal boot scrapes that would have been everywhere in those days to scrape the muck and filth off your boots, all the London dirt. But yeah, we're going to have a little walk onto Whitwell Road, onto St Andrew's Road first and get some exterior views. Then I'll pause the video, then you'll rejoin me on the Greenway, and then you'll join me back here again as we go inside. So yeah. Cross this over, preferably without getting killed. And for anyone that's interested, you've got the old South West Ham Labour Club and Institute Working Man's Club there. See if I can get out the sun. That's better. There we are. Back to the church, which is the main thing. Yeah, you can see where they got as far as the ridge that they were talking about. They didn't build any further. And I'm not sure if this church has bells or not. I could be wrong, but I think when I was a kid I heard bells ringing in it. There's another church near here which is like a Baptist Methodist kind of church, Plaistow Community Church. That used to have a bell organ in it, with a little bell was strung to ropes and you'd pull the handles like playing an organ, like for the ABCD thing and whatnot. Whether it's still there or not, I am yet to find out. It's another one I want to do. There's a lot of churches on my own doorstep and places in London that I've still yet to do. St Andrews, and it's made up of two different churches now. There's this one, and look, you can see, and I don't know why they've done it, but they've covered all the stained glass. I have no idea why you would do that. Some of the modern kind of churches going for a like quite a plain look, but this one is beautiful. The architecture on it's lovely, and the round bit of the area at the end there is called an apse. That's basically mimicking a Norman church, the apse. But the Victorians, when they were allowed to build Norman or Gothic They really did it well, as you can tell here. It's got an upper area and everything as well. Because when we go inside, I've already filmed inside. When you go inside, it's been modernised, but it's been tastefully done. Really tasteful. The only thing I can disagree with is that they've covered up some of the monuments, like plastered them over and painted them, so they just look like plain sticky out boxes on the wall. I don't agree with that. A lot of the people that are on those monuments back in the day, as we say, would have paid money towards this church and whatnot, so I don't think you should erase people's memory, but this is what we call progress. And this is another church, like a hall convention church thing here. When I first came to the church today, a service was on, and there's some oily looking character in a suit. He went, "Sorry sir, no recording or photos in here." I went, "Ah, okay, thanks for a most Christian welcome." You know, I'm sarcastic, I can't help it. And one of the church ushers got up and she went, "I'm sorry about that." She went, "What can I help?" She went, "Do you wish to take photos or videos?" She went, "You can't film during the service." I went, "No, that's fine." I went, "I just wanted to take some pictures or video, like after the service." She went, "No, that's fine." "What's his problem?" She went, "Oh, best left alone." She said just best left alone, and that's a minister. Attitude on him. He's lucky that we were in the church and whatnot, because he would have got more than, "Oh, that's a nice Christian welcome," and I mean that. Anyway, you're going to join me on the other side over here on the greenway, or the sewer bank as we call it, and we'll get the view of the other side of the church, so join me there, guys and girls. Well, you can't see a great deal of it from this side, but we are here nonetheless, so views of it. You shall get a little bit more of the history anyway for you quickly. In 1903, the church opened a mission hall that later became St Sed's Church in Canning Town. The mission district for it was split off from the parishes St Andrews and St Luke's, and St Andrews suffered heavy damage during the London Blitz and was extensively repaired after 1945. The building was Grade 2 listed in 1984, but is no longer an Anglican church, now housing the offices and a UCKG help centre with its chancel walled off, and its parish is now within the parish of the Divine Compassion. In 2006, the congregation of St Andrew's Church, Plaistow, merged with the congregation of the Memorial Baptist Church to form one group. So that's a little more of your history. Excuse me while I put my phone away. The other one, I got two of them, so one to read off of and one to film. Yeah, but what I can say is, if you're looking for a warm Christian welcome, then maybe give this one a miss. But this is like its backside, the hall chapel area and whatnot. Part of it's used for offices, so I suppose that's what the upper part's used for. Yeah, but the oily looking character in the suit annoyed me, I must admit. It's the thing with people like that, they say stuff, and then when you say something back to them, they shut up. Cad, isn't it? There we go. Not that I'm going to strike a man of God in a church, but if he cares to step outside. Oh look, we can get a much better view of the apse. Look, and it's got flying buttresses. What a shame that they've walled that off. I disapprove, absolutely, extremely. Yeah, we get a longer view outside than we do of in. Didn't hang around too long in this one. Most of the churches I go to, you get a nice warm welcome, but this one definitely not. But yeah, it's a mid-Victorian era, and as I say, when they built really well, didn't they, the Victorians? So look, that stained glass. So Sorry, pressed the wrong button. Look at that stained glass. All covered over. That is waste, and waste is sinful. They've covered these over as well. Look, these windows here inside, as you'll see, are covered over and blank. What a shame. Well, I got to do this one. It's been done and it will not be done again. Some people have mistakenly read in a magazine or something that rudeness in old age is desirable and fashionable. These people are mistaken. And here's the back of its vicarage. Might as well walk you around to the front anyway as we go in. We are currently on the Barking Road. That's the Greenway or the Surbank. Takes you all the way down to Stratford and Bow and such like places. Yeah, they built this really nice. I love the vicarage as well. It's a lovely building. My nana was like that building as we always went by on the bus. Pointing up so you get a view of something a bit nicer than the Barking Road. Although some of you may like the Barking Road, I don't know. Oh yeah, something I want to show you on this corner anyway. I'll just point you at the fence a minute because there's a guy with a ladder coming along. I don't like to film people without their consent, it's not fair. I wouldn't like it. Here, where this new ugly monstrosity is, was a tiny little cottage that was used as a solicitor's office for many years. It got pulled down, how I don't know, because it was old, and it's been replaced with this. But yeah, this now we're going on to St Andrew's Road. UCKG open 7 days a week, yeah. What I have to say on that is so rude, I shall not even commit it to paper. La Vicarage. Church such pretties. I like these, well, you know me, I love churches. Any churches I like. And in we go. So, see you on the inside, guys and girls. And this here is roughly the spot where my great-great-grandparents would have stood and married in 1886. Great-grandmother Ada was christened here as well. There we are. Still some lovely architecture left in this church. The people that have taken over it now did a sympathetic restoration. So what I don't like is that they've covered up some of the memorials on the wall. Those little beige coloured, what look like boxes, plain boxes on the wall, are old memorials that have been plastered over and painted over. I must say I don't agree with that, but this isn't my church, so here we are. And if there was stained glass inside the church, they've covered over that as well. Yeah, it's a lovely church. Enjoyed that one and hope you all did as well. Thanks very much for watching. And here you're seeing the church as the architect James Brooks intended it to be, with its great pyramidal spire, which was never completed, and a bell tower that would have been there as well. They got as far as the roof, and I suppose funding ran out. Very ambitious project, but would have been a great thing to see. It would have stood out for miles. But yeah, this is as the architect intended it, but just imagine this without its spire on, the big spire, and that's the view you're getting of the church as it was when it was pretty much newly up, and standing in roughly the same spot that I was standing filming the exterior. It's nice to see that the outside of the church hasn't changed that much over time, but that leads us on to our next image, which is the inside, which, as you can tell, has changed a bloody great deal over time. This image is circa 1870, and this shows as the architect and builder and the Victorians intended the church to be seen, with its great rafters and faux Norman arches, which are very well done, I must admit, and an apse altar, which is more of a Norman thing, a round altar, and apse is more of a Norman Gothic kind of thing. But when the Victorians were let loose with Gothic, they were very good with what they did. As you can see from what we've just seen in my video and this, things have changed a bloody great deal inside, haven't they? Because it's nowhere near as high up as that now. It's been floored, and the upper level is offices and whatever space for the church now. The apse itself has been bricked up, and we saw it with just a plain screen and that there, and even the stained glass windows, the lower little windows, which you can see over on the left side of this image, they've been bricked up too. Even the memorials, as you saw in the video, they've been plastered or lime washed over and painted, so any inscriptions that were on them, it just looks like little plain boxes on the wall now, which is a bloody great shame, because to see it like this would have been an amazing, beautiful sight, wouldn't it? I mean, the church has been tastefully done, as I said, and it's been nicely done, but anyone must admit that this is a lot better, isn't it? It's still there and it still survives, so we mustn't complain. I hope you've all enjoyed the tour. Thanks for watching.